Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread here for Monday, May 12th, 2025. Hope you had yourself a wonderful weekend. Hope you treated your mother well there on Sunday. Took her out for dinner, bought some flowers. Definitely treat your mother well. And hey, if your mother's passed away, hey, happy Heavenly Mother's Day to all the mothers out there as well. Hope it was a good one. All right, let's get to the Monday action. Hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, make sure you subscribe. That way you don't miss out when this video drops and you get the best of the number with us. Also, as always, we'll get to the cappers, see how their weekend went, and then we'll get right to the three plays we got rolling here on this Monday. Kicking over to Ramon. How you doing here on this Monday, Ramon?
Hey, real good, Rod. Ready to start off a new week. We're still going strong here in the conference semifinals. So getting a little wacky in basketball here, but we'll get to the winners here on Cover the Spread.
Definitely. Let's have a good start to the week here. Kicking on over to Al. How are you doing here on this Monday, Al?
Yeah, we had the push on the Phillies -1, and then we had the Timberwolves. I hope you got the best of it and got the 5 and got the push there, but we got the 5.5 on the show. I'll take my loss here, so looking for a bounce back.
All right. So let's get things started here. We're going to have to throw in a baseball game to get us started here on a Monday. And I'm looking at the Cubs game here. Marlins coming to town to take on the Cubbies in this matchup. You look at, we got Colin Ray on the mound for the Cubs. We got Cal Quantrill going for the Marlins. And you look at Colin Ray, hey, he had been rolling right along, win. And then he hit a little bump in the road, faced the Giants squad who's been hot. And in that game, he still went 5 innings, but he gave up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, a couple walks, gave up a dinger. Didn't look so good in that matchup. Finally took the L, did Colin Ray. So I expect him to bounce back here, have himself a good start here against the Marlins squad that we know that definitely not smashing. And then you look at what Cal's been doing. Hey, his last time out, he looked real good going against the Dodgers, right? Went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run. Marlins got the win there in that one, 5-4. So he's looking to continue what he's been doing there. But going against this Cubs squad, well, he hasn't fared so well against the Cubs in his career. And look at the last time he faced the Cubs was last year. Cubs got the win 6-2 in that matchup when he was pitching with the Rockies. He went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, couple earned runs. And the big problem with Cal, he was walking guys. He definitely walked a bunch of Cubs batters. Why? Because the Cubs batters, they don't chase. They're not one of those the hitters that love to chase the ball and strike out. So I think it's going to be a long day for Cal. Why? Because the Cubs, that first game of the series, for whatever reason this year, they've definitely got up for that first game of the of series this year. They're 10-3 in that first game of a series this year. They like to get their best foot forward going forward into the new series because they're 10-3. You look off of a loss, 7-2. Off of a win, 3-1. What do the Cubs do? They just continue to win in that game 1. Well, you look at the other side of things for the Marlins. They don't fare so well in game 1. 3-9 in game 1 of a series for this Marlins squad. And I think the Cubs have seen Cal plenty enough. And we've seen the history of these Cubs against the Cal. I think it's going to be a long day for Cal. Give me the Cubs. I'm going to take the Cubs on the run line. I think Colin Ray bounces back, and we get a nice little run line win on the Cubs at a plus price here on Monday to kickstart the week. Take it over to Ramon. What do you like hearing this one? Cubs, Marlins on Monday.
Yeah, the Cubs want to go see Cal here on Monday. Good outing for Cal last time, but those walks, right? That's just a big problem here for Cal so far, and he's definitely had some big-time struggles with a monster ERA coming into this game and a whip about 1.7 here coming in so far. He did have that good outing. I'll give you credit for that. Performance, Cal, but still allowing 15 earned runs over 12 2/3 innings pitch over his last 3 starts, and not great on the road either. He's allowed 4 home runs already. So for Ray, he's definitely been very, very solid. Good job for the Cubs. These guys have been awesome so far. But look at the Marlins, probably because of this pitching, right? Their offense isn't out of this world, but they're 12-4 to the over on the road so far. And yes, Ray's stellar form at home has been outstanding here, but I think the Cubs do the damage here. You're going to have a pretty high total. The wind could be blowing in here on this one on Monday night, and you never know, but I got to go over, Rod. Look, the Cubs are 13-6 to the over at home, 12-5 to the over as a favorite. The Marlins just keep on giving up runs. So give me the over on Monday night between the Cubs and the Marlins.
Hit it on over now. What do you like hearing this one now? Marlins Cubs on Monday.
Yeah, they definitely have the pitching advantage. They have the better lineup. You mentioned the game one was for the Marlins. They haven't been too good on the road either, just 5-11 on the road. I got to agree with that run line look, but you know me, I'll take my insurance, especially at home here. I'll take the money line too and take the Cubs -1.
That wraps up the first game we looked at here. Let's head on over to some NBA action here to get things started here on this Monday to start the week. We're going to look at the game 4, Boston, New York. Hey, New York still leading the series 2-1. We're looking at this line opened 6. I see it up to 6.5 in places. Celtics laying this on the road total. I see 208. 208.5 in some places, 209 in some places. So looking like the total's on the rise in some books. Heading over to Ramon to get it started. Celtics Knicks game 4 here on Monday.
Yeah, right. It feels like the Celtics may have found the solution here after that rugged start to the series at home. I don't think moving away from home was necessarily the solution now, but I think it's just getting everybody involved with this offense. Boston's Game 3 performance showed that their regular season dominance over New York was no fluke, especially after those first 2 losses at home in the series. So while the Knicks' comeback ability was pretty great there in those first 2 games, they couldn't do it. They couldn't even come close to getting started in Game 3. So let's just say the Celtics have closed the gap here. Finally, healthy lineup too with Porzingis in there. He's got that rebounding edge. So even with Tatum, wasn't even his best performance there in Game 3. But I just think right now, guys like Derek White stepping up as well. Brown's in there starting to find his groove here right now. I don't know if there's any going to be stopping the Celtics here at this point. They're down in the series, there's no doubt still, and they're on the road here down 2-1. So they need to keep it going right now, but it just feels like it was overwhelming in Game 3, and I don't know if you can stop them here at this point. I'm convinced, Boston. Give me the Celtics and lay 6.5 on Monday night at the Knicks.
Head on over to Al. What do you like hearing this one? Boston or the Knicks here on Monday?
Yeah, you gotta love what you saw at the Celtics in that last one after that slow start in Boston. But you also saw them come out the gate real strong and blow them out the gate in that first quarter. I like them to carry that momentum over and that sense of urgency into this one. I like them -1.5 in the first quarter. Also like them -3 in the first half. I think they get off to a good start here, and still a little careful laying more than 6 on the full game myself. But I hope that someone maybe that hates laying more than 6 more than I do maybe comes in, makes a big move on the Knicks, and if we can get the Celtics -6, I might start considering that full game too. But first quarter, first half for me on the Celtics.
And for me in this one, I lean to the Celtics to get the win and even the series. But I'm going to look at it a different way, like Al. I'm going to look at the first half here in this game. And what we've seen this year, Celtics out on the road following a road win, one of those divisional road wins. Well, they're 6-0 to the under in that first half this year. They're also 50-38 to the under in the first half altogether this year are these Celtics. And you look at the Knicks when they're trying to revenge a loss from a team in that first half. Well, they're 14-3 to the under in that first half when trying to revenge that loss. And also, what have we seen in this series so far from the Knicks in the first half? Well, we've seen 41 points, 46 points, and 45 points. And then what have we seen from the Celtics tick up defensively in that first half is the reason why you see those numbers. Because they're over their last 5, they're only giving up about 45 points a game in that first half. I expect Boston to do the same here in this one. And the Knicks, hey, not bad defensively themselves, holding teams down to about 44, 45 points in that first half as well. So it was 55-45. That still gets us under the number in this one. Even if both teams score 50, we're still getting under. This total I see is at 105.5 in this first half. Take the under in this one. Boston, New York on Monday night. Hey, that wraps up the first playoff game we got rolling tonight. But hey, we got another one coming for you. We got the Warriors taking on the Timberwolves. Looking almost about the same line-ish here in this one as before. Or they tick up a little. I see sixes in some places. No, I see it come down. Fives. So definitely this line's moving down to the 5. So almost exactly where it was last game. Kick it on over to Al. What do you like here in this one? Timberwolves or Warriors on Monday night?
Yeah, hopefully by the time this video goes up, I officially get the 5 because that sure did come into play last time. But look, I still think it was the right play. They got off into a bit of a slow start. Well, actually, out the gate looked good, and then they let the Warriors come back into this one. And it was close at that. It was tied in the first quarter. They went down 2 at the half. And it was only at the end of the third quarter where they really woke up and made their move and almost covered this number for us. But unfortunately, that late pointless 3 there by the Warriors to kill the spread for us. But again, I think they come out a bit better and maintain a better lead throughout the game. Not saying it's going to be just a one-sided blowout throughout, but I do think that they eventually build a lead and hang on to it. And I think it's closer to double digits than the 2 possessions here. So I'll lay the points with the Timberwolves.
And for me, looking at this game, you know what? I'm going to do the exact same I did in the last game. I'm going to take the under here in the first half. Why am I taking the under in the first half? Hey, you look at the Timberwolves out on the road this year. Hey, they're 10-1 to the under in that first half off a nice little road win. They're also 31-14 altogether out on the road in that first half to the under. And what have the Warriors done at home? The first half, 30-15 at home to that under. What have we seen in the first 3 matchups of the series? 75 points, 95 points, 82 points in that first half. Book's got this at 101 in that first half. Well, guess what? Give me the under first half. Warriors, Timberwolves here on Monday night. Head on over to Ramon. We'd like here on Monday night. Warriors, Timberwolves.
Yeah, well, if it's going to be a low-scoring game, I know Anthony Edwards was absolutely outstanding. Yeah, the dunk of the playoffs there to fire up the team and get Minnesota going. But look, it's still going to be a low-scoring game. You said it, Rod, with the Warriors averaging in this series right now just 97 points per game. Minnesota's probably just going to tick over 102, 103, maybe 105 points if they get that cover like you guys expect here. So I'm going to go under with Anthony Edwards here in this one. I expect his prop to come in around 28.5 points. Look, Edwards is great. He'll probably have a real strong game, but I just think the nature of the game here, especially with the Wolves, probably in charge here, and the Warriors at this point knowing that, man, they really have to crack down defensively here in this one. I'm going to go under with Edwards's point total here. The averages would say he should get there, but I just think of what, like Rod said, the nature of this game here, probably going, I like it, Rod, under here as well, but give me this prop under 28.5. Edwards has gone under in 6 of his last 8 road playoff games under this number. So I've got under and Edwards 28.5 points on Monday night.
Hey, that wraps us up for Monday. Let's kickstart the week of winter. Let's have ourselves a good start to this week. Excited for it. Should be a good one. As always, we appreciate you that tune in here to cover the spread daily to these videos. And as always, hey, let us know what you think about the 3 games we covered in the comments section below. We try to answer all you in the comment section, so definitely appreciate you all that tune in to these cover the spread videos. Also, let's do a quick little recap because I know we got some love for the recap in the comment section below. So let's get it to you. First game we looked at, we got the Cubs taking on the Miami Marlins to start the week. And I say, hey, the Cubs, not game 1 of the series, they love to get that best foot forward. So lay the run line there with the Cubs. I think we get a nice little plus price there on that one. Next game we looked at, we got the Knicks and the Celtics going at it again. And Ramon says, hey, the Celtics have turned the corner. They're ready to pound the Knicks. So let's lay it with the Celtics there and that one on Monday. And then we headed on over to the Timberwolves taking on the Warriors here on Monday night. And this is Al's game. And he says, hey, land again with the Timberwolves. Depending on where you got that number, I think most time you should have got that 5 and would have got the push in that one. But let's do it again. I think the Timberwolves finish the job this one, as Al says. All right, let's wrap it up here. Cover the spread. That gets us going for the weekend. I'm excited for this week. Should be a good one. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have yourself a wonderful Monday. And as always, what are we doing here? We are covering
Cover the spread.